Hi, besties. Welcome to the third episode of my podcast, Mental Health Conversation with Caro, and I'm your host, Caroline Kihiko. If this is your first time, I want to say a warm welcome to you and thank you so much for being here. And if you have been here before, welcome back and just know that you are part of a growing community that cares about understanding and nurturing mental health. Today, we are diving into something I believe is very crucial to every one of us in the world why mental health conversation matters. And we are going to divide this into seven segments. The first one is the culture of silence, why silence hurts, the power of talking, how to start conversation, common mental health struggles and how conversations help, and a personal reflection. We are not talking about perfect conversation or the ones that solve everything instantly. We are going to have honest human conversation, the kind of conversation that make you feel seen, heard, and understood. The culture of silence. For many of us, talking about mental health has always been something we really avoid. We are taught to always be strong, just get over it, stop overthinking, pray, and leave everything to God. And while those phrases sometimes come from a good place, they can unintentionally teach us that our feelings are wrong and it's weak to have mental health conversation. Silence often comes at a very huge cost. It makes us internalize our struggles. It makes anxiety, depression, or grief feel heavier because we feel like we are carrying it alone. Imagine this. A person battling anxiety, showing up to work every day, smiling with friends, taking care of family, but inside every small task feels too overwhelming for them. Reason being, without someone to talk to, without a safe space to express, they begin to doubt their self worth. Have you ever wondered why silence hurts when you're struggling with mental health? When we don't have mental health conversation, several things can happen. Things like isolation, shame, delayed healing, and strained relationship. When we feel like we are the only one experiencing mental health struggles, we tend to isolate ourselves. When we believe that our emotions are too much and we are too sensitive, we tend to shame ourselves for how we feel. Delaying healing because when issues are not addressed, they tend to intensify very fast. Silence doesn't always solve the problem, but it helps it grow quiet. The power of talking. Talking about mental health doesn't fix everything overnight, but it opens doors for healing. Talking about mental health help us name our feelings so that they are no longer invisible. It helps us validate our experience because when we hear that someone else has felt the way we feel, it is powerful and we feel that we are not alone. Talking about mental health reduce isolation because when we start to talk with each other, we understand that we are not alone. When we talk about mental health, we are able to take the first steps toward healing because acknowledging feelings is the state of change. Even small conversation, a simple checking in or admitting that I'm not okay today, I feel anxious today, can make a very huge difference in our day-to-day life. How do we start conversation? Sometimes the hardest is simply starting conversation when you're struggling. But I'm here to share some gentle ways you can use to start mental health conversation when you're struggling. Start with checking in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? What can I do to make myself feel better? Share what is happening in small pieces. You don't have to explain everything at once. Even one sentence, one text, it matters. Use statement like I feel anxious today and I need help. Find safe spaces, talk to friends, family members, join support group, visit a therapist or even join online support communities. Remember, you don't have to share everything, just a little honest goes a long way. Common mental health struggles and how having conversations surrounding them help. Let's talk about a few. When you're struggling with anxiety, talking helps in identifying your triggers, coping strategies, and it reminds you that anxious thoughts don't define you. When you're struggling with depression, sharing your feelings can prevent isolation and help you realize that support is always available. When you are struggling with grief and loss, experiencing grief proudly, it helps you to process emotions instead of bottling them up. When you are struggling with stress and burnout, conversation can help you highlight the patterns, give permission to rest, ask for help, and set healthy boundaries. Why is it important to break the stigma? Every time we open up, we challenge the stigma surrounding mental health. Stigma often whispers to us, "Don't talk about it, it's so weak to express. You should just get over it, stop overthinking, just move on." But when you share, even in smallest ways, the stigma says to you it's okay to feel, you're not broken, you're not alone. Seeking help is brave, vulnerability is not weakness. Each conversation chips away at stigma. Slowly, day by day, our communities become safer for those who are struggling. I have learned that mental health conversation matter because I have seen the difference it makes. Even when it feels so awkward at first, when you feel so uncomfortable to open up, it matters. When someone listens without judgment, it is life changing. Do not be afraid to open up when you're struggling. At the end of the day, remember healing starts when you feel safe. Safe to express, safe to share, and safe to have a community that's ready to support you. If you have been listening to this, just know that you are not weak, you're not broken, you're just human. And your mental health deserves attention, care, and one conversation at a time makes a difference. So take today, start small, speak to someone, share how you feel. Even if it's just one person, one sentence, one text, it makes a difference. Every conversation matters. And that's why we are here, to create a safe space for mental health conversation. Thank you so much to all of you for listening to my podcast, Mental Health Conversation with Carol. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and remember you are not alone. This has been Mental Health Conversation with Carol. Until next time, bye.